there's no way to disguise.
It's time for Area High School football on WELR Eagle 102.3. Area High School football is brought to you in part by Dr. Michael Edwards, Trailer Retirement Community, Big Boys in Roanoke, Southern Union State Community College, and First State Bank. Now live to the field for coverage of Area High School football. Good evening and welcome to Ron Waters Field here in the campus of RCHS tonight. The fall scrimmage football is finally back and the wait is over. The Wadley Bulldogs have traveled up here across the creek bank to Wedowee to play against the RCHS Tigers. And these are two teams that have high expectations for this season, two teams that have a shot to run the table. I'm here joined by Levi Arrington on color, and I'm joined by Eric Velasquez on the sidelines and Ethan Barber on the computer.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here with you, Kyle, and it's a pleasure to be here with Eric and Ethan as well. And I'm excited to start this football season, get everything kicked off. I've been anxious about it since Monday, really, starting to think about it. But I'm excited that we get to see our first game is the Randolph County Wadley Bulldog matchup.
And what are you expecting to see from the Tigers and the Bulldogs tonight?
Well, I haven't really got to see much of Wadley, but I have got a chance to talk to the starting quarterback for the Randolph County Tigers, Brody Wortham, and he's very confident in himself. And I think Pat Pressures and the rest of the Randolph County Tigers are, confident in themselves as well. And I feel like they're going to have a few mistakes because it's a jamboree game, and the same with Wadley. They're going to be just those foul mistakes that are just going to have to be smoothed out as the regular season rolls in. But I think that this is going to be a great, hard-fought ball game between both teams.
Yes, we're looking for a good one. Wadley, I've seen a little bit, and Connor Fordham running quarterback right now as they're practicing in the wishbone set. In the spring, we saw Kobe Nunn at quarterback a lot, but I think they're going to go back to Connor as quarterback. That's what we saw in practice. And the defense hasn't gelled well in practice, but we'll see how that transfers to the game, because it's going to be a hard time trying to stop Brody Wortham and Andrew Prestridge if that's the case.
Yeah, that right there, just mentioning those two right there, that's a dangerous duo. If Andrew Prestridge lines up at the numbers and they put Brody in the gun, he takes a three-step drop, and, he's dangerous anywhere from 20 to a touchdown, passing the ball. But also to look for another plus for the Randolph County Tigers. We didn't see much of him during the spring jamboree, but number one, Trenton Lane, he is going to be a factor for the Randolph County Tigers. We saw a lot of him last year. He actually got the player of the game against Piedmont, and he's a young kid, and he's very talented, he's very athletic, and I hope to see good things from him come to the future.
Yeah, Trenton Lane, a very good athlete, one athlete that's probably going to get recruited, kind of like Quay Drake's getting recruited with all the offers he has, and it's his senior year. He's trying to go out on top, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. As for right now, their challenge is the Randolph County Tigers, a team who first hopped onto the scene in 3A last year, and everybody didn't expect much. But when they didn't expect much, the Tigers outperformed everything, and they got to the quarterfinals in the playoffs last year, the second best in the county, only to Hanley, and we know what happened to Hanley as they won state.
Yeah, and I do agree, Kyle. Everything is going up for Randolph County in the Class 3A. When people have those bad reputations of a team, they think, they're not going to be a good team and they're not going to perform well in their first year in Class 3A. And then you see how well they actually performed, which was actually a winning season, and they didn't do bad. They only lost a few football games to some really good football teams, and everything's going up from there. And it's an uphill climb, but they're doing really great, and I hope they continue to do great.
I do as well. We've got 18 minutes before kickoff here of the first game of the season. It's good to be back. We're going to take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Here's a word from H&M Drug in Wadley. If you're tired of waiting in line at the so-called discount pharmacy, step up to real service. Come to H&M Drug in Wadley. You're invited to save time. Call in your prescription and use our drive-in window. Major credit cards are accepted, and we honor most insurance plans. H&M Drug in Wadley, the cure for the common drugstore. Open 8:30 to 6:30 Monday through Friday and 8:30 to 12 on Saturday.
It's fall, and the ever-changing weather can make it hard to keep your home comfortable. Don't sweat it. Talk to the specialists at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning for help. Right now, they're offering up to a $1,600 rebate on a qualifying new Lennox system that can give you the control you need and the comfort you want. Call Bain Heating and Air Conditioning today at 1-800-894-3353. Alabama license number 12072.
How to watch football on a classic Southern Saturday. Sip of Coke, change the channel, bite of chicken, sip of Coke, change the channel, bite of, oh, did you see that catch? And back to your chicken. The touchdowns are on TV, but you're the one winning with the Jack's 2-piece chicken and biscuit for $3.99. 2 pieces of hand-breaded chicken along with a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit, all for just $3.99. Head on over right now. We'll help you tackle your hunger. You could also win a VIP Iron Bowl experience from Jack's and Coca-Cola, including pregame sideline passes. We'll even throw in a Jack's gift card big enough for tailgating with 25 of your rowdiest friends. To enter, visit winatjacks.com. Jack's, all about the South. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Tennessee. 19 years or older. Void elsewhere and where prohibited. Promotion ends 10/3/17. For rules, prizes, odds, and complete details, visit www.winatjacks.com. Sponsor the Coca-Cola Company.
Football season is here, and Big Boys is ready to take all your area high school football orders for banners, T-shirts, and yard signs. At Big Boys in downtown Roanoke, next to the old theater, you can find drones with cameras, Traxxas remote control vehicles, motocross riding gear, and motorcycle helmets. Big Boys also has a huge indoor batting cage. Go by or call Big Boys at 334-863-6427. That's Big Boys in Roanoke, 334-863-6427.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke, LaGrange.
Welcome back to Area High School Football on this beautiful Friday night. We're here at RCHS for a matchup between the Tigers and the Bulldogs. Now, we've talked about Randolph County and we've talked about Wadley. Let's talk about the 2 other teams in the county, one who has a brand new head coach and one who won state last year. Let's start with the Woodland Bobcats, who has a new coach.
Coach Stanford, I don't know much about him. I know that he's coming in and he's in a tough position. And anybody coming into a losing season, coming from a team that's very winning in the past, is everybody's looking for him to do really good things. And I'm hoping the best for him, but it's going to be a tough road for him, and hopefully he can do successful things for the Woodland Bobcats this year.
Yeah, Coach Stanford throwing right into the fire for the Woodland Bobcats this year, trying to build them back to greatness. Coach Stanford, a little note on him, he was part of the Clay County team that beat Woodland in 2003. They beat Woodland in 2003 in the regular season, and Woodland came back and beat them in the postseason and went on to the state championship, which they lost to Leroy. But he was part of the Clay County team that had that loss to Woodland, and he's trying to build Woodland back to what they used to be.
Yeah, and he also is part of the Clay County team that has 2 state championships. So he has more state championships on his fingers than Woodland has in high school football in its complete entirety.
In football, but maybe not girls basketball. But at any rate, let's go to the former girls basketball coach, Coach Strain and the Hanley Tigers. They played last night against Sandrock and beat them 7-0 in a scrimmage game. They went way up north for that one, but Hanley's going to have a tough task next week trying to beat the Callaway Cavaliers.
Yeah, I do agree, Kyle. They'll have a tough game next Friday night underneath the lights, and I hope they I think they play Thursday night.
It's Friday.
Oh, is it Friday?
Yes.
Okay. But they're going to have a tough challenge, and they're going to have to go to LaGrange College and play at Callaway's home field. And it's not really their home field, but that's where they play their home games at.
It's crazy. You have 3 teams in the same city that play their home games at the same venue, and then add in LaGrange College, who also plays there.
Yeah,
but you've got Troop, LaGrange, and Callaway all playing in the same stadium.
That is wild, and it's weird how those schools can collaborate to make their schedules fit to where each team doesn't, make the same schedule and play at the same same home game every the same week.
Yeah, you were talking about it was going to be on Thursday. It was going to be on Thursday. But remember, we went to see Callaway versus Northside, and that was on a Thursday. They swapped a Thursday game with Troop. So Troop's playing on Thursday next week. So we'll get Hanley-Callaway on a Friday night, and that will be on 102.3 for all the Alabama stations.
Yeah, that's a good thing, and I'm looking forward to see what Hanley can do with this Callaway team. If you remember last year, Hanley stuck with them really well in the first half, but in the second half they kind of faltered because Callaway's a bigger school and they had a lot more athletes to just kind of feed in and keep everybody, well driven and well rested.
And they lost 27 seniors from last year, a very great class that has a lot of guys playing college ball now, and it's going to be tough to replace that many guys, but if anybody can do it, it's Coach Larry Strain.
Yeah, I do agree with you. He's made people look at things that aren't supposed to be good, and he makes things out of them. So I'm really looking forward to what Coach Strain can do with this challenge that he has this year and what he can take with this football team.
And real quick, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Bain Heating and Air for our Sideline Report sponsor, Regional Medical Center, Player of the Week sponsor, and State Farm Insurance in Roanoke, Agent Ken Seifert. And right now we're going to use that Bain Heating and Air sponsorship to throw it down to our friend Eric Velasquez. Eric, how's everything going tonight?
Hey, what's up, Kyle Levi? Everything's good down here. Current temperature is 82 degrees, a nice warm 82 degrees. Field conditions are great. Seems like the field has been lightly practiced on, and we have people coming in from everywhere. We have plenty of Wadley fans and RCHS fans coming in. Everybody's hot and ready to start the football season, I guess.
As hot and ready is right about that. It's 82 degrees, but the humidity is rough.
Oh yeah, the heat index currently is 86. And humidity is currently at 70%. So yeah, it is pretty warm down here. So expect some heat breaks, and maybe we'll get some cramps if the game gets pretty rough.
Yeah, Eric brought up a good point there. We're gonna have heat timeouts. We're probably gonna have a lot of cramping. First game of the year, we're gonna have a lot of guys going down with cramping and needing some pickle juice.
Oh yeah, I do.
That's gonna be the go-to.
I do agree, Kyle. We'll see a lot of people coming out with cramps, and they're going to have to see what their backups can do for them, because this is also a test for the people that are coming up that are new. They're not going to get as much playing time, but they're going to be replacing the people that need rest that are going to be the starters, and they're going to see what they can do to prove to their coaches that they're ready to play as well.
All right, we're about to have the invocation and the national anthem. We're going to take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell Companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
Some of us were just born with dull or discolored teeth, but they don't have to stay that way. In just about an hour, Dr. Michael Edwards can give you that $1 million bright white smile you've always wanted. That's all the time it takes in his office, or you may elect to do it at home. Dr. Edwards also offers a convenient 3-week at-home whitening program. Both are completely safe and approved by the American Dental Association and the FDA. Don't let dull or discolored teeth keep you from smiling. Call Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
And there was a national anthem from the RCHS band. We're getting ready to go here. 7 minutes till kickoff. The Spirit Lions are lining up. And I'd like to take a minute and thank Britt back at the station for sticking around and helping us out there. I know he's got a ways back home to Georgia, but we appreciate him sticking around and helping out. We'll have our buddy Kenny back on with us shortly. But everybody's getting ready to run through the run-throughs, and we are too. It's going to be a good day. Going to be a good night for football tonight. A little bit hot, but we'll have cramps, all kind of stuff like that. But we're going to talk a little bit about college and Mr. Auburn. What do you think's happening down there?
I don't know. I've heard that the new quarterback is putting up a good fight, and I've also heard that Sean White is actually putting in some competition for that quarterback position. But all in all, I've heard that he's I can't think of his name right now.
Jarrett
Stidham. I'm not much of a guy for guys that get traded and stuff, so I'm just looking forward to see what he can do for this whole football team in its entirety.
Traded, yeah, like it's Isaiah Thomas and Kyrie Irving. No, he transferred from Baylor to Auburn, and Jarrett Stidham was named the starting quarterback of the Auburn Tigers last week, I do believe. So he's going to be the guy heading into week 1 against Georgia Southern, and he'll try to get everything going against Georgia Southern because then next week he's got to roll into Clemson.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough game for him, with the standing national champions going into their own stadium. That's just going to be a rough game for Auburn. Hopefully they can do good things without having to show a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, you've got the defending national champs who are looking for a new quarterback because they lost Deshaun Watson, who is a Clemson legend. He's done stuff of legend at Clemson, especially that last pass to beat Alabama last year, which still hurts. But anyways, Deshaun's on to Houston. He's playing for the Houston Texans. He's probably going to get the starting quarterback job there. But Clemson's going to need a quarterback. And Auburn's defense did very well last year.
Yeah, I do agree, Kyle. And they only lost, I think, 3 or 4 starting seniors. So I'm hoping that things are going to look good on defense. They always look good for Auburn on defense, and that's probably our strongest point. But hopefully we get a steady quarterback in, and he can get on his feet and do great things for Auburn.
And you talk about defenses, and Auburn's defense has been good. Another defense that has been good, Alabama's defense. Last year they were historically good. We just couldn't stop Clemson one more time. But we lost a lot of guys on that defense, yet Alabama still ranked number 1. But they lost a lot of guys on defense. They're going to have to replace a bunch of starters, mainstay starters, Reuben Foster being one of them.
But see, that's the thing, though, Kyle. If you think about it, just think about it. Nick Saban has a nose for recruiting great players that will step up when they need to step up. He's not good at recruiting, the top 5 in, the classes and the 5-star athletes. He's going to find the kids that when they show up, they're ready to play in a game, and they're not going to have those first game jitters. So hopefully, he's got somebody that's going to step up for that defense and do what Reuben Foster did and Kilpatrick and all those other great players that went on to the NFL.
Yeah, and one of them is Mac Wilson. We know how he hit a guy from Texas A&M last year and almost made him flip. But they've got him, Sean Dion Hamilton. He'll be a good linebacker. Another linebacker from Hanley High School, Trey Drake, now playing for the Alabama Crimson Tide, wearing number 54. We wish him the best of luck there. Your captains for the Randolph County Tigers, number 30, E.J. Clark, and number 78, Richard Bledsoe. Bledsoe was our player of the week last year. I think it was Weaver, maybe?
It was Cleburne County.
Cleburne County, yeah, that's it. And the captains for the Wadley Bulldogs, number 12, Connor Fordham, number 3, Carry-On Birdsong, number 66, Robert Abney, and number 10, Quay Drake. About 2 minutes till we kick off here. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we get back, we're getting ready for kickoff. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
It's fall, and the ever-changing weather can make it hard to keep your home comfortable. Don't sweat it. Talk to the specialists at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning for help. Right now, they're offering up to a $1,600 rebate on a qualifying new Linux system that can give you the control you need and the comfort you want. Call Bain Heating and Air Conditioning today at 1-800-894-3353. Alabama license number 12072.
It's a fact. When you need medical care quickly, you want a professional there to attend to you or your loved one. That's why you need Emergency Medical Transport, or EMT for short. Their staff of highly trained technicians and paramedics get medical help to you quickly and safely during those important first few minutes of an episode. And getting you to the hospital is only part of the process. Efficient, accurate medical assistance while you're getting there is all important too. That's why when you need medical help quickly, you can rely on Emergency Medical Transport, Roanoke, Randolph County, and surrounding areas.
Are you ready for Southern Union State Community College? You're gonna find the unexpected. The future is yours like you suspected. Your education's here and now. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is your life's proving ground. Are you ready for Southern Union State Community College?
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Any football coach can tell you that it takes a great game plan to succeed. Knowing what you want to do and how to do it, funded with the talents on your team, creates a winning combination. The same holds true in your financial life. And at First State Bank, we have accounts, loans, and financial services to tailor to your unique needs and goals. Backed by experienced and professional bankers, exceptional service, and prompt responses. First State Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender in Lineville, Wadley, and Ashland.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke, LaGrange.
Welcome back to Ron Waters Field. The Randolph County Tigers will receive the opening kickoff, lining up to kick for the Bulldogs. Number 7, Kobe Nunn. Back deep for Randolph County Tigers. Who else but Dante Davenport? We all know how fast he is. He's one of the fastest guys in the state. Also, number 37, Ladarius Callaway, back deep. And here we go. The season has started in Alabama. Davenport fumbles the kick but picks it back up. It's a scrimmage game, so kicks aren't live, so he can't make a lot of damage on that. But they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, and let's see what this Randolph County offense has on the shoulders of Brody Wortham as he jogs out onto the field to get in the huddle with the rest of his teammates to call his number.
And Brody's a great athlete, great baseball player as well as football player. He'll line up in the I formation, the deep back, number 24, Aaron Knight. They'll have a single wide receiver to either side. Andrew Prestridge on the left side lined up in man-to-man. That's important to note. So I formation for Brody Wortham. He'll take the snap, hand it off to the fullback up the middle, and he gets taken down after a gain of 9 by number 33, Ryan Fulgham.
And running the ball in the fullback position was number 21, Jay Wright. If you remember correctly, and we were in Weaver, he got hurt really bad. He got carried off by an ambulance. It's good to see him back out on the field.
Good to see him back out there playing and playing well on the first play. 1st and 10 once again for the Randolph County Tigers. Here's the snap to Brody. He pitches it over the left side. And number 24, Aaron Knight on the carry. He gets tripped up by number 12, Connor Fordham, who came flying in from his middle linebacker spot.
And that's what we're going to see a lot of, is that number 12 coming flying in those gaps. A, B, C, it doesn't matter. That boy knows how to hit. And I'm going to tell you something. He's going to be a big factor to the Wadley Bulldog defense this year.
He knows how to hit and he knows how to throw. That's a good recipe. Most quarterbacks don't play middle linebacker, but Connor takes after John David. I formation once again. Wortham. Play fake. Looking for Prestridge over the top. It's up. Prestridge got it. Prestridge jumps up over number 15, Caleb Bennett. Caleb measures in. He's maybe 5'7", 5'8". Prestridge is 6'2".
And that's a lot of faith. Ken Fordham put a lot of faith in that 10th grader right there. Maybe he's going to have to look for a different option right there. And that was a good look by the Coach Pressures to see that that lineup right there.
Yeah, if you got one-on-one with Andrew Prestridge, I'm probably going to take it as well. Aaron Knight will dot the I in the backfield. He'll get the handoff up the middle, and he is knocked down by Lakota Garrett after a gain of 3 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tigers in Bulldog territory in the red zone at the Bulldog 19, trying to get it in to the end zone. I formation once again for Brody Wortham. He has 2 receivers to the right side. Aaron Knight will dot the I in the backfield. Quay Drake man-to-man with Andrew Prestridge. This will be fun. Here's a snap to Brody. Brody will hand it off to Jay Wright. Jay Wright, he faked it to Jay Wright, actually, and took it up the middle by himself. Brody got a good gain there. Looks like it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Randolph County Tigers.
And it looks like the Randolph County offense is moving very well, Kyle. They're doing really well against this Wadley defense, but Brody's seemed to be very comfortable in his new quarterback position. We saw him in the spring, but this is his first fall game, so hopefully he's doing pretty good as a senior right here under center.
I formation once again. Aaron Knight dots the I in the backfield. Here's the snap. Hand off to right over the right side, and he gets hit and taken down. He got a gain of 1. It looks like he may have the first down, or they might measure. But that was a good play right there. Wadley defense buried him under right there as he came across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the most successful thing that we're going to see from this Randolph County offense tonight is most definitely going to be their passing. And this is what they're going to do. They're going to do exactly what they did right there on that big gain, and they're going to fake the play action, and it's just going to leave Andrew out there one-on-one with somebody.
And we're going to have a measurement here to see if the Tigers got a first down. Like I was saying, it was close. I figured they would measure, and they will. But Randolph County right now, they're looking like a well-oiled machine. Well, instead of measure, they'll give them a first down. But they're looking like a well-oiled machine right here. They'll be in the wishbone set. Brody Wortham at quarterback could be under center. Aaron Knight and Dante Davenport, the 2 edges of the bone in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff to number 8, actually. That is Otario Hester. Hester gets a gain of 4 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 6. Tackle made by Harmon. So 2nd and 6 for the Randolph County Tigers. They're inside the 10. They're at the Wadley Bulldog 9, trying to get into the end zone to strike first on this young season. Wishbone set once again. Hester and Knight in the backfield. They'll hand off to Hester over the right side. He's looking for a hole, and he's still running. He gets knocked down at the 2-yard line. That'll be close to a first down. They had to get to the 2-yard line to get a first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2 for Randolph County.
And that was a good play by number 10, Quay Drake, to shuffle his feet or run his feet and make that tackle on that big old running back. He did a really good job. He's a great kid. He's great at breaking down and making tackles like that, and he kept that running back from scoring.
If I'm Randolph County, I'm giving it to Jay Wright right here. Give the big man a touchdown. And they'll fake the handoff to right, hand it to Knight over the right side, and he's in for the Tiger touchdown. Randolph County gets first blood, looking like a well-oiled machine on their first drive as they drove down the field using the one pass, and the rest of it was run plays. But that one pass got about 35 yards. So Randolph County lining up for the PAT attempt. Brody Wortham on to hold. The kicker's having to change his shoe down here.
That'd be number 2, Andrew Precious, which is a weird thing for Randolph County because in years past, for a very long time, it went back from Will Sledge. There was a kid that played at Kentucky. I can't remember his name right now, but he actually kicked for Randolph County, and they've always had specific players to kick the ball, and that was their only job. And so it's weird seeing this quarterback and receiver and kicker and safety play all these positions for Randolph County and also, do the special teams kicking.
And here comes the kick from Prestridge. It is up, and it splits the uprights. And, no, they say it's no good. Okay. No good. So Randolph County up 6-0 with about 10 minutes left in the first quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
At RMC, we love serving people in small towns throughout Northeast Alabama. But there's nothing small about the care we provide. For example, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network, have been awarded the Blue Distinction Award for Cardiac Care by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer. It's not about the size of the town. It's about the strength of our regional health system. Regional Medical Center. Advanced technology. Advanced care.
First State Bank is celebrating 45 years in the banking business and would like to thank you, the customers, for making us your bank of choice. First State Bank is always happy to help you with any of your financial needs, whether it's your first checking account or applying for a loan. Stop by any of our 3 locations in Wadley, Lineville, or Ashland for a friendly and unique banking experience. First State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
Here comes the kickoff from Aaron Knight as the Tigers strike first and take a 6-0 lead. And the kickoff will go over the left side, and it's taken by Quay Drake. And Wadley will start 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. So a great first drive for Brody Wortham and the Randolph County Tigers. And what did you see in that drive from the offense and the defense?
I saw a lot of control from the Randolph County offensive line. They had a lot of control, and it seemed like the linebackers and the secondary were having to make a lot of tackles for the Wadley Bulldogs. And I also saw a lot of control from the passing game, and you saw they only passed the ball once, but it was also a complete pass, and it was a good pass, and it got them about 30 yards.
Fordham in the shotgun on first down. JaMichael Angel, his running back, off of his left hip. 2 wide receivers to either side, and there's a flag before the play starts. Let's see who the flag's on. Looks like it's offsides against RCHS before the ball was ever snapped. Wadley was lined up offsides. So Wadley will get a good 5 yards off of that, so it'll be 1st and 5 from their own 35-yard line. Fordham in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. JaMichael Angel, the running back, off of Fordham's left hip in the backfield. He'll bring Quay Drake in motion. Takes a snap, snaps low. He picks it up, throws it to Quay. Quay drops it over the middle and then gets hit by Andrew Prestridge.
It's going to be a rough night for Quay Drake, and they're going to continue to give him a lot of crap from the Randolph County side because of all these offers he's getting, but I'm going to see him prevail tonight because he's a great athlete and he's going to do what he needs to do.
Yeah, I've seen it here early. There was a play on offense for Randolph County where Quay and Andrew got into it. So these guys have a little bit of bad blood brewing right now. Connor's in the shotgun once again, 2 receivers to either side. He'll split out JaMichael Angel to the right side. They'll have no backs in the backfield. Connor's all by himself. Throws it across the middle to carry on Birdsong. Birdsong has a first down to the 48-yard line. And this is a dimension of the Wadley offense that we don't see much.
Yeah, that was something that was very odd. We usually see the wishbone, and if we do see the gun, it's very, very sailed them. But it looks like they're trying to throw the ball a little bit more against this Randolph County offense. This Randolph County defense to kind of shred up the secondary a little bit.
Connor Fordham's had 2 good throws here. The first one hit Quay Drake in the hands. He just dropped it. And then Carry On came across the middle and caught that one, and it was a good gain for a first down. While they'll line up 1st and 10, they'll bring Kobe Nunn in motion over to the left side. Here's the snap, and there's a flag on the play. That flag is going to be false start on the right tackle from Wadley because he jumped way before the snap. Wadley trying to be methodical like Wedowee has been, but they get a false start here. So our first 2 penalties, one against Wedowee and one against Wadley. So now 1st and 15 for the Wadley Bulldogs from their own 41-yard line. And that last play was going to be a run out of the shotgun. So we'll see if they go back to the same thing. 2 receivers to either side. JaMichael Angel, the running back, in the backfield. Connor will bring Carry On Birdsong in motion. They'll run the triple option. Hands it off up the middle to JaMichael Angel. JaMichael picks up a gain of 3. That'll make it 2nd and 13. They've got 3rd on the yard marker, but they got the flag on 1st down.
And we saw that gun package with no backs in the backfield with Connor. This is the kind of time when Ken Fordham needs to kind of weigh his options right here about what he decides to show this early in the season.
And Coach Fordham never wanted to show much of his offense in scrimmage games, spring or fall. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to either side. Connor at quarterback. JaMichael Angel, the running back, off of his left hip. He'll bring a man in motion, and there's a flag. There's a flag. It looks like there's going to be a timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500. Football season is here, and Big Boys is ready to take all your area high school football orders for banners, T-shirts, and yard signs. At Big Boys in downtown Roanoke, next to the old theater, you can find drones with cameras, Traxxas remote control vehicles, motocross riding gear, and motorcycle helmets. Big Boys also has a huge indoor batting cage. Go by or call Big Boys at 334-863-6427. That's Big Boys in Roanoke, 334-863-6427.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
Bulldogs not able to convert on 3rd down, and they'll punt it away to Dante Davenport. He'll take it on his own 30-yard line, and that's where Randolph County will start 1st and 10. So Wadley, what started as a good drive, stalled out with some penalties.
Yeah, that's one thing we don't need to see out of the Wadley offense right now is a lot of stalling. You know, they're having a lot of trouble containing this Randolph County offense, so they're going to have to keep up with them on the scoreboard and get the offense back on the field and try and tie this ball game up.
And you see Randolph County's offense, it's like boom, boom, boom. Everything's running perfect. Like execution is perfect for their offense on one drive.
And what do you expect? Do you expect anything less from Pat Prestridge?
Or Brody and Andrew and all of them, all the seniors they have. And they do a toss in the backfield to Aaron Knight. He fumbles it, but luckily it bounces back to him. He'll lose 10 yards on the play, bring up 2nd and 20. That could have been even worse than it was, though.
I believe we spoke a little too soon, Kyle, about this offense. That was a little bit of a jinx right there. Us talking good about their offense.
Yeah, they looked so good last drive, and we just had to jinx it. Now it's going to be 2nd and 20 after the fumble. They'll line up in the I formation. Aaron Knight will dot the I in the backfield. Single receiver to either side. Brody Wortham under center. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff. He's looking for Prestridge. He throws long to Prestridge, and it is incomplete. Great coverage from number 3, Carry On Birdsong, the senior from Wadley all over Andrew on that one, and he couldn't have covered it any better.
No, he couldn't have, Kyle. He was right with him step for step, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. And if you remember, we watched the North Side Callaway game. There was a great coverage call right there where the referee threw the penalty. It was because he didn't turn his head. Kerryon Birdsong turned his head and made sure that he looked at the football and he wasn't looking at Andrew Pressure. So it was a great job by Kerryon Birdsong defending that pass.
Yeah, he tried to make the interception on that one, and he just about did.
He almost did.
Wadley playing a lot of man-to-man here. We always got a lot of athletes, but Wadley not scared to play man-to-man. I formation. Brody under center, Aaron Knight in the backfield will dot the I. Single receiver to either side. Brody will hand it off over the left side to Aaron Knight. Aaron is taken down by Quay Drake. A good gain of 15 on that play, but they'll wind up short of the first down, so it'll be 4th down for the Randolph County Tigers.
And they got lucky right there from that 1st and 10 play where Aaron Knight kind of let the ball slip through his hands, and they had to take it 2nd and 20. So they were very blessed, and that's one thing that the Wadley defense cannot do is let their secondary make tackles 5 to 10 yards down the field. That's going to hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, they're just getting pounded up the middle on defense, and the safeties have to come up and make a tackle, and you just can't have that. Here's the punt from Prestridge. It'll roll all the way to the Bulldog 20-yard line, but the Bulldog defense got to stop. Now it's up to the offense to try and score some points. Wadley up 6-0 here in the first quarter. Remember, they missed the PAT. So here comes the Bulldog offense. Connor Fordham coming back out at quarterback position. We saw a lot of Kobe Nunn in the spring, but now we're seeing a lot of Connor Fordham.
And I'm curious to see why, because honestly, I haven't seen number 7 on the field very much.
He's been on the field every play. He's a slot receiver on the right side.
Okay. I see that now. I just was looking for him in the backfield because that's where he was last year.
Yeah,
so
he'll get back there every now and then, but he's at the slot receiver on the right side. They'll bring him in motion here, and the snap is low to Connor Fordham. That's the big problem that Wadley's having right now. They've had 7 snaps, and 3 of them have been low.
And that's the veteran right there. That's the Beverly. He's gonna have to do better on that. He's a veteran. He knows better. You saw himself. He was out there, putting himself down a little bit, but he just needs to shake it off, and he needs to concentrate on what he's doing and make sure the ball gets in Connor Fordham's hand at his gut.
Yeah, Elijah Beverly in his 2nd year at center, I believe. I don't know. Maybe that is Elijah. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to either side. He'll bring Kobe in motion. They'll hand it off over the right side to JaMichael Angel. Nothing doing up the middle for the Wadley offense. That'll bring up 3rd and long. Yeah, the center for Wadley is Chaz Harmon, number 60.
Okay. I just remember last year that was Elijah's position.
Right. And it's going to be 3rd and long for Wadley here. They're going to line up in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. Let's see if he'll look for Quay Drake. He has Angel off of his right hip. Connor dropping back, looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. He misses Quay Drake. He had him, just missed him.
Yeah, he was very open. He just kind of led him a little bit too far. And he had a good spot where he threw the football, but it was just a little bit above time and a little bit out of Quay Drake's hands.
Yeah, Connor did a good job reading the defense there. He could tell it was zone coverage, and he threw it right in the hole where nobody was, which is what you're supposed to do. It's just the throw was a tad bit off. So Wadley lining up to punt. Kobe Nunn sitting back on his own 5-yard line. He'll get a good snap here, and he'll kick it off to Dante Davenport, who takes it at his own 45. So this potent RCHS offense gets the ball on their own 45, looking to score again. We'll take a 1-minute break. Your score, RCHS 6, Wadley 0. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
How to watch football on a classic Southern Saturday. Sip of Coke, change the channel, bite of chicken, sip of Coke, change the channel, bite of, oh, did you see that catch? And back to your chicken. The touchdowns are on TV, but you're the one winning with the Jack's 2-piece chicken and biscuit for $3.99. 2 pieces of hand-breaded chicken along with a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit, all for just $3.99. Head on over right now. We'll help you tackle your hunger. You could also win a VIP Iron Bowl experience from Jack's and Coca-Cola, including pregame sideline passes. We'll even throw in a Jack's gift card big enough for tailgating with 25 of your rowdiest friends. To enter, visit winatjacks.com. Jack's, all about the South. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Tennessee. 19 years or older. Void elsewhere and where prohibited. Promotion ends 10/3/17. For rules, prizes, odds, and complete details, visit www.winatjacks.com. Sponsor the Coca-Cola Company.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke, LaGrange.
On first down, the handoff goes to Jay Wright up the middle. Jay Wright jumps over the defensive line and gets a gain of 7. And then on second down, Eric Knight gets the carry. He tries to go up the middle. He runs into Chaz Harmon, who body slams him. He'll be 1 yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1 now for the Randolph County Tigers.
And you were talking about how Chaz Harmon made that play. That's the example of how those defensive linemen need to fill those gaps and make sure they don't, get these situations.
Wishbone set for RCHS, trying to draw Wadley offsides. They won't do it. Hand it off to number 8 over the left side. He's got a Randolph County first down to the Wadley 41.
But back to what I was saying on that situation, Kyle, it was 3rd and 1 right there. If they would have held, if the defensive line would have, filled their gaps like they did the last play, then it would have been, 3rd and 7 because it was a 5 to 6 yard gain, and he would have been sitting in the backside of that 1st and 10 than rather than 3rd and 1.
It all comes back to the big gain on first down. Wishbone once again for Brody. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff. He's looking long for Prestridge. He's almost sacked. He gets away, throws it over the middle, and it is picked off. The Wadley Bulldogs pick it off. Number 3, Carry-On Birdsong. That was a very smart play by Carry-On. Brody's rolling out to his left side. He's looking in the flats. Carry-On is kind of a spy on this play. He's watching Brody's eyes, and Carry-On is between the guy in the flats and the wide receiver, and he tries to throw it over Carry-On's head, but he's not having it. So now Wadley has it 1st and 10, and they're in the wing T now. Fordham takes the snap, fakes the handoff, tosses it to Caden Messer over the right side. Caden Messer has 8 yards on first down. Great game for the Wadley Bulldogs, and that's what you need to spark your offense.
Yeah, and that's just the first hit of that momentum for that train to get going for this Wadley offense, and hopefully we'll see a lot more momentum coming from that train for the Wadley offense.
And this is a lot more like what we see Wadley always running. The wing T is their bread and butter. Wing T, wishbone, I formation, that's their bread and butter. The lineup again in the wing T. Fordham under center. Fullback, Jamichael Angel. Wingbacks, Caden Messer and Damian Bennett. Here's the handoff up the middle to number 22, Jamichael Angel, and he'll pick up, it looked like he'll pick up a Bulldog first down, but I think they're saying 3rd down. The guy over here on this sidelines. Okay, now he pointed first down. First down, Wadley at their own 40-yard line. The clock reads 2 minutes and 46 seconds in the first quarter. RCHS 6, Wadley 0. Still a lot of time left in this game. And here's the other formation I just mentioned, the wishbone. Caleb Bennett and Caden Messer, the two ends of the bone in the backfield. They hand it to Messer over the right side, and he gets slammed down in the backfield. Good tackle right there from number 30 for RCHS.
And just to flip back to the play before, when Wadley had a 2nd and 2 situation, you saw number 22, Jamichael Angel. He got the heavy load right there from the fullback position. And just a little bit of a mention, he's going to have that heavy load kind of set where they're going to depend on him on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 to get that first down.
And he knows he's prepared for that, and he worked very hard. The good kid works very hard. Here's a handoff to Messer over the right side once again. He'll pick up a gain of 3 on the play. After the loss of 1 on first down, it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. They went shotgun both times in the first two drives. They haven't gone shotgun here yet. They've been running the ball a lot. Do you think they'll go back to it?
I feel like we're going to see a little bit of something to do with that in a moment. It's just you never know with Ken Fordham.
Wishbone on 3rd and 8. Here's the handoff over the right side to Caden Messer. He'll get a good gain and get down to the 46-yard line. But on 3rd and 8, the Bulldogs do not convert. Let's see what they're thinking here. Coach Fordham's looking at Connor. Think he might be thinking about going for it.
It looks
fourth and 4.
It looks that way, Kyle. It does.
Bringing Connor back in. Connor's trying to rally the troops here. 4th and 4 for the Wadley Bulldogs on their own 46-yard line. You definitely don't want to give Wedowee this field position. But they might try to quick snap and draw them off sides. Yep, that's what they're going to try to do. They try to draw them off sides. Wedowee are very disciplined on offense and defense. That goes back to Coach Pat Prestridge.
And that's a good thing. That tells you how much discipline he has shown since the spring games, because if you remember correctly, there were flags left and right laying all over the field at Warren Sewell Field when these two teams played each other last time.
And the last time these two teams met in the spring game, Wedowee won 21-0. So Wadley's trying to get into the end zone against Wedowee for the first time since last year, the last fall jamboree, where Wedowee won 7-6. The 4th and 4 now facing Wadley.
And that was a hard-fought ball game between both teams, and they did very well. And this is what I'm seeing right here. There's a lot of back and forth. Wedowee got that first big drive to put them in the end zone for the first time, and ever since then it's kind of been a stalemate. They've been right here around the 50, and then it's just a stalemate football game right now.
Stalemate football game, and Wadley's coming back out in the offense here after the timeout. So they went and drew something up on the sidelines. So we'll see what they run here, but they'll be in the wishbone formation. Caleb Bennett and Caden Messer, the deep backs. Fullback, Jamichael Angel. Connor Fordham in at quarterback. Randolph County lining up in a 4-3 set. Here's the snap. Fordham fakes it, looking long. And he'll throw it to Jamichael Angel. Angel tiptoed and made the grab for a first down. For a fullback, he was very nifty with his feet there as he kept both feet in bounds when he made that grab.
And that's
Great play.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. Not only did they come to him to run the ball for a first down, they're going to come to him to catch the football for a first down. And that's just saying Ken Fordham's looking at him and saying, hey, you've got the heavy load. I'm depending on you. And that's a lot of weight for somebody like that, but he's doing well.
That's a lot of trust in your team to go for it on 4th and 4, pretty much in your own territory against RCHS, a 3A school that's pretty dadgum good.
I do agree.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Randolph County 6, Wadley 0. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Football season is here, and Big Boys is ready to take all your area high school football orders for banners, T-shirts, and yard signs. At Big Boys in downtown Roanoke, next to the old theater, you can find drones with cameras, Traxxas remote control vehicles, motocross riding gear, and motorcycle helmets. Big Boys also has a huge indoor batting cage. Go by or call Big Boys at 334-863-6427. That's Big Boys in Roanoke, 334-863-6427.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Ken Seifert in Roanoke can help you get to a better state, because Ken Seifert will talk with you, listen to you, and help you put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent Ken Seifert in Roanoke and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell Companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
Huddleston Equipment Sales and Service of Wedowee is proud to be a sponsor for the area high school football games. There you can find a wide variety of new and used farm equipment. Huddleston Equipment Sales and Service will help you with financing on the spot. They are located just north of Wedowee on Highway 431. Go by or call Huddleston Equipment Sales and Service at 256-363-1132. That's 256-363-1132.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
Welcome back to Ron Waters Field here at the campus of Randolph County High School. Wadley versus Wedowee in the fall scrimmage. Football season is back, folks. It's the best, most wonderful time of the year. Wadley will line up 1st and 10 after converting on 4th and 4 from a play-action pass to Jermichael Angel, who made a beautiful grab, but also a great throw from Connor Fordham. They'll line up in the wishbone again on the Randolph County 46. Here's the handoff to Jermichael Angel up the middle. Angel will get a gain of 5 on that play. Like you said, he's going to carry the load for this Wadley offense.
He will, Kyle, and that's what we're seeing right now, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of that this season. I think we have Wadley 4 times this year.
I think so. I'm not sure.
So maybe we'll get to see that a lot more this year.
He picked up 4 on that play, actually. So 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs, lining up on the Randolph County 43-yard line. Wishbone formation once again. Fordham takes a snap, hands it off to Kobe Nunn over the left side. Nunn tries to run over a man, gets a good gain of 3 on that play, bring up 3rd and short. And on 3rd and short, we'll throw it down here to Eric Velasquez. Eric, how's it going on the sidelines, and what are you seeing?
What's up, everybody? I'm down here on the sidelines. We have a lot of enthusiasm for the game, and I mean, it's, first game of the season, so everybody's just getting their getting warmed up and getting used to being out there and hitting different people.
Yeah, it has to feel good to hit different people. Instead of you get tired of hitting your own guys every play. Fordham in the wing tee. He'll toss it over the right side to Caden Messer. Messer gets tackled in the backfield for a loss. Bring up 4th and 5, and that's the last thing you needed. You get 3 positive plays, and now you get a negative play.
Yeah, and it looked like Wadley was moving the ball very well, and just a sudden stop right there. They couldn't convert, and it looks like they're going to punt the ball on 4th down this go around.
You say that, but I'm not so sure. Fordham has a lot of trust in his players, and they're lining up to go for it again. Wishbone set. Coach Fordham calling a timeout here. He wants to talk with his son, Connor. We'll take a timeout with him. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
Welcome back to Ron Waters Field on the campus of Randolph County High School. It's a beautiful night for football, although a tad bit hot. We're in the second quarter here. Randolph County up 6-0 on the Wadley Bulldogs. 10 minutes and 5 seconds left before halftime. Wadley facing a 4th and 5. They went for it last time on 4th and 4. Play action pass, caught it for a first down. Let's see what the Bulldogs do here. They lined up to go for it in the wishbone set, and then Coach Fordham wanted to talk to Connor and discuss a little bit more, so he called a timeout. And here come the Bulldogs back out. They'll be in the wishbone set once again. Connor under center, Jermichael Angel, the fullback. His 2 running backs, Caden Messer and Kobe Nunn. Here's the snap. Here's a play action pass once again. He's got number 13 wide open. He'll have to run it. Connor gets hit, and he drags the defender up near the sticks, but I don't think he got it.
I don't think so either, Kyle. And it was a great decision to run the football, though, because there was defenders everywhere. And he saw a hole, and he didn't see anyone open, so he just got what he could and almost got back to the first down. He's about a half a yard short.
Yeah, it looked like he had Chris Hodges running across the middle there, open in the flats, but it's hard to look downfield and keep your eyes downfield when you're being pressured in the backfield. Yeah, Chris Hodges was number 52 last year. He swapped numbers now as he's playing tight end. So he's number 13. He'll play defensive end and tight end. He's a great athlete for this Wadley team. One of the great athletes that's not a senior this year. There's a lot of really good seniors. Wadley's going to lose a lot of their core nucleus after this year. People that have been in the program for a long time. Brody in the wishbone. He'll have Aaron Knight in the backfield. He'll take the snap, hand it off over the left side to number 8. And Quay Drake makes the tackle after a gain of 7 on that play. Number 8, Hester with the carry there. 2nd and 3 now for the Randolph County Tigers. Wadley's got to make something happen in the trenches, because right now all the tackles on the running backs are coming in the secondary. Most of them are from Quay.
I do agree, Kyle. Something's going to have to happen.
I formation. Brody hands it off to Aaron Knight over the right side. Aaron Knight runs into a brick wall.
And his name is Connor Fordham.
No, his name was Caden Messer. He ran into Caden on that play. Connor was on the other side. So Caden Messer on the tackle. But he made a good play on that one, but it's still a Randolph County first down. I formation once again. Aaron Knight will dot the I in the backfield. A single receiver to either side. Yeah, it's preseason for us too, Levi. It's okay. Wadley jumped off sides on that play. The defensive tackle jumped into the neutral zone before the snap, so that'll give Wedowee an extra 5 yards, which is not good. And Wadley back-to-back region championships, looking for 3 in a row this year, trying to get a three-peat. They've got a good shot at it. They've been the best team by far in their region for the past few years. And Raglan is going to be the big game for Wadley. Wadley and Raglan. Every year it seems like that's the big game. This time it'll be on Wadley. That's the game you have to win if you want to win the region. For Wedowee, Brody Wortham in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. He'll bring a man in motion, takes a snap. He'll run the speed sweep, and he gets away from one tackler in the backfield. He gets tripped up by number 20, Caden Messer, way back. That's a loss of about 20 on the play. Number 14, Trey Terrell, just trying to make a play there. He got away from number 13, Hodges. Chris Hodges tried to get him. He had his arms around him. He tried to bear hug him, but he couldn't bring him down. And he reversed field and tried to go the other way with it, and he got tripped up by Caden Messer. And now it's 2nd and long for the Randolph County Tigers. Randolph County not going to fret it with Brody Wortham and Andrew Prestridge, though. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to either side for Brody Wortham. He'll take the snap, drops back to pass, looking for a screen pass. He's got him, and there's Connor Fordham with a great play on the screen pass. Connor being a quarterback, he knows the formation. He knows exactly what that looks like, and he sniffed it out like a hound dog. He sniffed that one out.
Yeah, and this is just great things that we're seeing from the Wadley Bulldog defense right now, and it's good things for them. As you can see, where the ball is marked and where the first down marker is, it's doing really good things for the Wadley Bulldogs right now.
It's 3rd and long here for the Randolph County Tigers. Usually you'll see quarterbacks play strong safety. Connor's a middle linebacker, and he was the only man between the Tiger player and the end zone. No back set for Prestridge. He'll take the snap, looking right, throws it, and it is incomplete. He and Trey Terrell had a miscommunication, which turned into a misfire. So now it's 4th down for the Randolph County Tigers. The Wadley defense looked good on that drive. We've got 5 minutes left in the first half. Randolph County 6, Wadley 0. Still anybody's game. Prestridge lining up to punt, and the always dangerous Quay Drake back to receive. Not as dangerous today because he can't return the punts back. He's usually good for about 1 punt return a game. Prestridge to line up to punt it. He gets a great punt off. This one to drive Quay all the way back to his own 16-yard line. That's where the Dogs will take over 1st and 10. So 6-0 your score, Randolph County over Wadley. And Levi, what would you like to see from these teams going forward?
I would like to see that the Randolph County Tigers do great things in this game and continue to do great things through the rest of the season and make it further in the playoffs as they did last year. They're in the same region, so they'll be playing the same football teams. But as we can see from this football game, there's a lot of things that need to be worked on, but there's a lot of things that have improved that we saw from last season. It's just, like I said, going up. So maybe we can see them actually competing very well against Ohatchee and beating Ohatchee and beating teams like Piedmont. And, Piedmont's a great team, but they're going to do great things against the Randolph County Tigers, and we're just going to have to see who wins that football game because that's probably going to be the game to watch this season for them.
And here's the snap from Fordham. He hands it off over the right side, and the running back hit in the backfield, and Coach Clifton Drummond's very happy about that as he's now a coach at Randolph County. He's come back home.
His alma mater.
Yeah, he's very happy about that play on defense right there. Richard Bledsoe in on the hit. 2nd and 10 now for Wadley as they gain no yards on the first play. Backed up with their back against the wall. Connor Fordham coming out at their own 17-yard line. Wishbone set. He'll have Messer and Ryan Fulgham in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Caleb Bennett, actually, over the left side. Bennett gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. Make it 3rd and 10. So 2 plays, no yards. Wadley looking at 3rd and 10 now, trying to make something happen. 2 minutes left before halftime. Still a 6-0 game. Anybody has a shot at winning this one, but somebody has to show that they want it. Somebody has to step up and make a play. We've seen a lot of negative plays here lately. Somebody's got to step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I do agree, Colin. For the Wadley Bulldogs, it's going to have to come in the hands of Connor Fordham at their quarterback position because we're either going to have to see somebody on defense step up and make an interception or force a fumble and put them where they need to be, or we're either going to have to score on offense. And then, like I said, that comes in the hands of Connor Fordham.
And a timeout call by RCHS. We'll take one with them. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Start your children off with good dental care, and you and they will save money in the long run. That's because small problems can be caught early before they become major problems. Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee can help put your child on the right dental path and keep them there. Teeth sealants can help prevent decay and the sometimes painful results that can make your child afraid of maintaining good dental health. Dr. Edwards offers expanders and space maintainers to keep teeth perfectly aligned and is licensed for pediatric IV sedation. Call Dr. Edwards for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as The Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke, LaGrange.
Welcome back to the ball game. 3rd and long. Connor Fordham trying to make something happen. He was almost sacked in the backfield. He got away from it, rolled out to the right side, was trying to make something happen, Johnny Manziel-esque, but just couldn't get it to happen. It'll now be 4th and long for the Wadley Bulldogs. Timeout by Randolph County here. 1 minute, 51 seconds left. Not sure why he called his timeout there. It was an incomplete pass.
I don't know. I can kind of see Coach Pat Pressure's trying to get things ready for an offensive call, so maybe they can just jump on it and, maybe take a quick 6 on them on the first play and try and catch them on their heels.
You think he'd be trying to script plays right now? Because sometimes at the start of the game, you'll script plays. You'll have like 8 plays that you're going to run back to back to back. That's your script plays. You think he's trying to do that right now with like a 2-minute offense?
Yeah, that may be what he's trying to do right now because, maybe he's trying to make this unreachable ball game right now because, as we can see, it's a stalemate, and he's trying to put things a little more in his rearview mirror against the Wadley Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think Wadley has to get back in the gun and start throwing a little bit more because Wedowee is very strong in their front 7. It's going to be hard to get past those guys.
Yeah, I do agree, Kyle, and that's just something that they're going to have to do. And maybe it's just because, Pat Precious doesn't want to show what he has right now.
I don't think either coach is really showing their cards right now.
But as you can see, Randolph County is doing a lot of great things without having to show their cards, and they're kind of controlling this football game right now.
Very true. Kobe Nunn back to punt. Gets a good snap. He'll get the punt off, and this one is a beauty all the way to the Randolph County 46-yard line. That's where they'll start off. 1st and 10, second drive in a row for Randolph County. They've started on their own 46-yard line. They're definitely winning the field position game. Definitely.
Yeah, I do agree, Kyle. And right now, Wadley's putting their backs on their end zones. They're putting their backs on their 10s and their 5s and their 15s, and that's not good. But you see Randolph County, they're putting their backs on their own 40 or Wadley's 45. Yeah, so it's just like you said, it's a good position for Randolph County.
I formation for Brody. He'll hand it off to Knight up the middle, and Knight runs into Connor Fordham on that play. He'll get a gain of 3 before Fordham cuts his legs out from under him. If you take the running gear out, he's not going to go anywhere, and that's exactly what Connor did. 2nd and 7 now for the Tigers. The clock continues to run. We're under a minute left before halftime. I formation once again for Brody. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff. He's looking long, throws it up, and it is incomplete. Prestridge jumped up, tried to make a big play there. Just couldn't get his hands on it.
And maybe that's what we were trying to see from Pat Prestridge. Maybe he was trying to see a little bit like, hey, I'm just going to run the clock out. And he's going to give the ball off one time. Then he's going to fake it, and he's going to try and throw it to Andrew. And that was a great route by Andrew. He had a few feet on his defender. It was just Brody kind of led him a little too far out of bounds.
And that was pretty good play right there. Pretty good defense by Dalton Brown, but you got to be all over Andrew Prestridge because he'll go up and get it anywhere. If it's anywhere in his vicinity, he'll go up and get it. So there's a timeout right now for the Randolph County Tigers. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Medical care quickly. You want a professional there to attend to you or your loved one. That's why you need Emergency Medical Transport, or EMT for short. Their staff of highly trained technicians and paramedics get medical help to you quickly and safely during those important first few minutes of an episode. And getting you to the hospital is only part of the process. Efficient, accurate medical assistance while you're getting there is all important too. That's why when you need medical help quickly, you can rely on Emergency Medical Transport, Roanoke, Randolph County, and surrounding areas.
Friday nights in Alabama. That's all you need to say to bring high school football to the front of everybody's minds. Football at all levels is an important part of our state, and support for our teams unmatched. In our role as your true community bank, First State Bank understands this dynamic, and we're proud to bring you tonight's show. First State Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender in Lineville, Wadley, and Ashland.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke, LaGrange.
And on the 3rd and long play for the Randolph County Tigers, Prestridge threw a screen pass to Aaron Knight, and Aaron Knight picked up about 25 yards. Made some plays with his legs there. Got through a lot of tacklers, but at the end of the first half, your score, Randolph County 6, Wadley 0. Levi, what are your thoughts on this first half and what has transpired so far?
I'm going to start with the first drive for the Randolph County Tigers. They started off with the ball, and Aaron Knight from 2 yards out after a long drive from Randolph County, a great pass from Brody Wortham to Andrew Prestridge to put them inside Wadley Bulldog territory, deep inside Wadley Bulldog territory, I should say. And as they continued to run the ball after that, Aaron Knight scored over the right side from 2 yards out, and Andrew Prestridge's PAT was no good. So it's the score we see right now, 6-0. But what I've seen a lot of right now is a lot of defense. And there's more defense coming from the Randolph County Tigers right now than there is from Wadley. Wadley is putting up a great fight against this Wedowee offense. And we're seeing a lot of great things come from Pat Prestridge's offense, but we're seeing a lot of great things coming from this Wadley defense. And to only let them score once, that's a good thing. But there's a lot of things that should have happened differently on offense. And like I was telling you earlier, Kyle, this whole entire scheme of offense for the Wadley Bulldogs is on Connor Fordham's back. He is the leader of that football team on the offensive side of things, and he needs to understand that everything that happens comes from him on the offensive side. He takes the snaps. He's the first person to touch the ball after the center, and he needs to step up and tell this team that we need to start making some plays because they're fighting, but they're losing. They're fighting this battle. They're fighting hard, but they're losing. And if this continues, we could see them getting tired. And we saw the sidelines of the Randolph County team. We saw the sidelines of the Wadley Bulldogs. There's a little bit more of a roster for the Randolph County Tigers than there is for the Wadley Bulldogs. So as these players get tiring and these cramps start to happen, we can see these things start to transition and all these players starting to come in. And we may see a difference and where Randolph County might pull ahead just a little bit more than the Wadley Bulldogs.
Makes a lot of sense right there. 3A school against a 1A school. Wadley's going to have a lot of depth on Wadley, and Wadley's got the same guys playing on both sides of the ball, the same 11 playing both sides of the ball. They're going to get wore out after a while. Wadley can send in some fresh legs, and when they do, it's going to spell trouble for the Wadley defense or the Wadley offense. But going back to Connor Fordham, Connor is not afraid to talk about that. Connor knows how much pressure is on him. He knows. He feels it. He's talked about it. He knows that there's a lot of pressure on his back, but he also knows that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's dealt with pressure all his life, and he looks for some guidance from his father sometimes, and he puts a lot of his faith in God and knows that God will help him through it. And he's not afraid to talk about that. He knows that, without God, he wouldn't be able to withstand all the things he's gone through in life because he's had a lot of flack thrown his way in the past few years. And with God, he's been able to get through that. And he's a great kid and a great quarterback, and he's going to be successful at whatever he does. That's just the kind of kid he is. And he can withstand all the pressure that's put on him, no matter what sport it is. Football, basketball, baseball.
And you're talking about all this weight that's put on his shoulders and all these things that's put on him, and he's turned to the right way and looking to the Lord for advice and from his father. And he, like you said, he's doing really well with all the things that he's taken on. And he's been starting at quarterback since my senior year at high school.
A long time. And
that's a long time. And like you said, he's had a lot of pressure put on him since he was a young. And so all this pressure is starting to get lighter as he becomes stronger. And that's what I've become to see. And he's turned into an excellent football player. And I hope to see him do very well in the rest of his senior season because he is the leader of this Wadley offense. And like you said, he knows his role, but he just has to step up. And he has to look to the players to be like, hey, I carried this weight by myself before, but, hey, you're a leader too, and you're doing just as well as I am. You can carry the weight, and we can make this a team now. And I'm not just a leader. We're all leaders, all 11 of us.
Yeah, I've been doing play-by-play for the Wadley Bulldogs since 2013. Most of the time it was all year long. His 8th grade season, they had him starting at quarterback, 8th grade season, just thrown into the fire. And when you come in, you might be an 8th grader, but people on the sidelines are expecting you to be, Carson Wentz, expecting you to be Tom Brady, and you're an 8th grader. So how do you deal with people thinking you're going to be the next Tom Brady when you're an 8th grader trying to make sense of all the defenses and everything that's getting thrown your way? It's just a lot of weight to be put on a guy, and it happened to his whole class. Quay, Kobe, Carry On, they're all the same way. A lot of pressure was put on these kids when they were younger, and now you see the fruits that they bear as they're older, that they're all seniors now and veterans, and they have their head on looking in the right direction, and they know the only way to go is up for the Wadley program. Because I know when I came through, we had more girls than we had guys. So our guys' programs didn't do so hot. The girls' programs did great. Softball did great. We just started volleyball, but softball was doing great. Football, we broke the record for making the playoffs because we didn't make the playoffs. I think we were the second one in a row not to make the playoffs. But after that, the culture changed once Coach Fordham came in here, and he flipped the program on its head, and we're back to our winning ways that we used to have. And they got a good shot at running it this year, trying to run toward the title. Maplesville lost Terrence Dunlap, who's one of the best running backs to ever play in Maplesville, and that's saying a lot. But they lost their star running back. Wadley's got a good shot at taking this thing.
Yeah, I do agree, Kyle. What's going to happen is Wadley is going to have to see these mistakes and all the mistakes that have happened in the past, and they're going to have to step over them and learn to just move on and learn from them and make them better. We saw what happened last year when they played in the second round of the playoffs. Connor got hurt early in the game, so they lost a veteran linebacker and their starting quarterback. So, you can't help injuries, and, for God's sake, don't throw him back out on the field with a concussion. But hopefully they'll have a little bit better luck when it comes to that point this year, because good and well that they're going to cross paths with Maplesville again. And when that happens, we'll be there to make sure that it's called on this radio station for everyone that's listening now to listen to it then.
And we've talked a lot about Wadley, but let's flip it to RCHS real quick. We talked about pressure and how much pressure can be put on someone. Let's take a few steps in Brody Wortham's shoes. Last year, he got thrown into the fire too. We all know he's a great baseball player. Brody got thrown in at quarterback last year, and like I said, they thought he was going to be Tom Brady. He's a great baseball player, but they threw him into the fire playing quarterback in football. But Brody is a really good kid. He's got his head on his shoulders, and he has done so well from where we saw him last year to where he is now. He's doing so well.
I do agree, Kyle, but like you were saying, Brody is a great kid, and him to be thrown in his 10th grade year, his 11th grade year, just to be depended on by Pat Prestridge. He went from having Elijah McFarland before him, John Mark Prestridge, both great quarterbacks for the Randolph County Tigers, and they both had to wait their turn to start, and that's exactly what Brody's had to do. And he showed that he was a great athlete, and he got out there and he has a cannon for an arm. So Pat Prestridge put his faith in him last year, and he's got his first year jitters. Everybody does. But he did a great job, and he's going to, as we saw in the spring game, he did a great job at the quarterback position. And over here in this game, we saw him throw an interception to carry on Birdsong, but you're a high school quarterback. You're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Like you said, Tom Brady throws interceptions. He makes mistakes. So you just got to, shake that off your shoulders and just keep moving forward, because Brody Wortham, he's probably going to be more than likely a baseball athlete. More than likely, but he's a great quarterback as well, so maybe we'll see him do great things in all three sports, because he also does play basketball. He's a shooting guard for them this year.
Yeah, Brody's a good quarterback right now, and he's got a shot to take him to the state title game this year, and I believe they can do it, and I know Brody can do it, but a guy that's not talked about, well, we were talking about pressure on quarterbacks. Quarterbacks will get down, but it's all about how you respond to get your back pressed up against the wall. Tom Brady was down 28-3 at halftime to the Falcons, but it's how you respond. And Brody has responded well since last year. I know, yeah, it stings, still stings, but yeah, he responded well since last year. The Piedmont game, he got hit a lot.
He did.
He's come back even stronger, and he looks so much more comfortable out there. Like he's got a swagger about him. He's so much more comfortable.
And I'm going to talk about a quarterback that graduated from Woodland a long time ago, John Ward. We talked. I had a chance to have a long conversation with John about his football career at Woodland, and he was talking about his 10th grade year. He had a lot of kids that were on the field as linemen, and he was well protected. Kids like Dustin Snyder and people like that. And he was well protected. He just kind of sat back there in the pocket comfortably. And then his junior year, after all those kids graduated, he said he ran for his life. And then his senior year, he had all those kids that were starters his junior year that were making those mistakes come back their senior year and protect him like they did, like he was protected his 10th grade year. And that's what's happening for Brody now. He was running for his life his 11th last year. And we're seeing all these seasoned linemen coming back for the Randolph County Tigers, and they're protecting them a lot better, and hopefully we'll see them do really good against teams like Piedmont and teams like Ohatchee and teams like Weaver. And, those are teams that we look at when we look at who's going to the playoffs in the 4 seeds that are open in Region 5 and Class 3A.
In the quarterfinals of last year's playoffs, were all 4 teams that made it from Randolph County's region. It was Randolph County, Weaver, Piedmont, and Ohatchee. That was the 4 teams that made it into the quarterfinals in the Class 3A. This was the best class in 3A in the state last year. Well, the best region in 3A in the state last year, because all 4 teams, don't matter where they had to travel to, they all ended up in the quarterfinals together.
Yeah, that's the toughest region to be in right now, and only Pat Pressure should be thrown into that region. He's a great coach, and as you can see, people thought that they would fail. It's their first year in 3A. They've lost a lot of good players, and he made something out of it. He made something great out of it.
Yeah, and another player I want to talk about real quick, a guy that doesn't get as much credit for what he has done, Andrew Prestridge. He has done so much for this program, not just football or anything. He puts it all on the line, and he'll play whatever the coach wants him to play. He was an all-state wide receiver, first team, and then coach said, hey, I need you to play quarterback. He swapped out and played quarterback. He did what he needed to do for his team to win. Very selfless play from Andrew Prestridge. And there's a lot of selfless guys on this Randolph County team, and that's why they're so good. When you have selfless players, they want what's best for the team and not what's best for me. That's how you win ball games, and that's how you win championships. So you've got to have guys that you can have a running back go out there and get 150 yards and be like, oh, I got mine. We lost, but I got mine. You can't be like that. You got to be like, I got 150 yards, but we lost. What can we do better?
Yeah, I do agree with you, Kyle, on the selflessness of both teams, honestly, because, I'm friends with Quay and Connor and all those players on Wadley's football teams on Facebook, and the same with Randolph County. And you see all this brotherhood. They're all together. They're all a family, and that's what you need to be. You don't point fingers at anyone but yourself. You go out there and you do your job, and then you make sure everybody else's job is done too. And that's how a team works. That's how the gears wind together, and that's how the clock ticks, and everything just runs together like that.
Yeah, and we're going to take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
It's a fact. When you need medical care quickly, you want a professional there to attend to you or your loved one. That's why you need Emergency Medical Transport, T for short. Their staff of highly trained technicians and paramedics get medical help to you quickly and safely during those important first few minutes of an episode. And getting you to the hospital is only part of the process. Efficient, accurate medical assistance while you're getting there is all important too. That's why when you need medical help quickly, you can rely on Emergency Medical Transport, Roanoke, Randolph County, and surrounding areas.
Are you ready for Southern Union State Community College? You're gonna find the unexpected. Future is yours like you suspected. Your education's here and now. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is your life's proving ground. Are you ready for Southern Union State Community College?
It's fall, and the ever-changing weather can make it hard to keep your home comfortable. Don't sweat it. Talk to the specialists at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning for help. Right now, they're offering up to a $1,600 rebate on a qualifying new Lennox system that can give you the control you need and the comfort you want. Call Bain Heating and Air Conditioning today at 1-800-894-3353. Alabama license number 12072.
Here's a word from H&M Drug in Wedowee. If you're tired of waiting in line at the so-called discount pharmacy, step up to real service. Come to H&M Drug in Wedowee. You're invited to save time. Call in your prescription and use our drive-in window. Major credit cards are accepted, and we honor most insurance plans. H&M Drug in Wedowee, the cure for the common drugstore. Open 8:30 to 6:30 Monday through Friday and 8:30 to 12 on Saturday.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke, LaGrange.
And we're back at Ron Waters Field here in Randolph County. Levi and I have done a lot of talking over the halftime break. So how about we let somebody else do some talking? Hey, Eric, what's going on down there?
Kyle, Levi, what's up, man? Still out here. Players are yet to march on the field, actually. Here come the RCHS Tigers, and you see the Wadley Bulldogs over there on that end zone. But, hey, let's talk about something that we haven't even touched on. Have y'all noticed that the RCHS sideline has about 15 coaches? I don't know if it's that much, but they have a coaching staff, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I saw it before the game when I was watching them warm up. I was like, they have a plethora of coaches out there. It was like watching Hanley last year.
Yes,
there were
just
so
like watching
many
Hanley.
Coaches out there, but you have so many coaches, and they all have their own certain thing.
And new coaches too. I mean, Steve Giddens came in mid-season last year, but now we have, Clifton Drummings. Coach Drummings, one of my former coaches, and Randy Boyd, good old Randy Boyd.
Good old Randy Boyd here at Randolph County, helping coach for the Randolph County Tigers. But, yeah, they have a lot of coaches on their Randolph County sideline, and they all have a specific job to do. It's like Hanley's guys, and I think that kind of helps growing your players because you have position-specific coaches that can help train them in that specific spot instead of like Wadley where you have like some on offense, some on defense. You don't have as many coaches. I think it'll definitely help Randolph County grow a little bit. And, Eric, what are your thoughts on, like, what we've been talking about?
Oh, y'all hit the nail on the head, definitely. Who would have known it was going to be a 6-0 game? I mean, hey, the game's still up in the air, and there's still plenty of time to play. And, I don't know, man. I can't predict anything right now the way the game's going. I know RCHS is pretty much controlling the ball, but somehow they always seem to, turn the ball over somehow.
Yeah, it's like they have a good thing going, and everything's working perfect, and then they stall out. They just like somebody pours water on the hot fire.
And then with Wadley, I mean, the offense, has a good play here, good play there, but then can't seem to get the momentum going that they need. So hopefully we'll see them pick up momentum in the second half. And, I'm hoping for a shootout. We got two good offenses on each team, but also we have two good defenses. So, I mean, it's a SEC kind of game where both teams are very good, and so it's gonna be hard for both teams to score.
Yeah, let's talk about the SEC real quick. We haven't done our little college football halftime show like we usually do. And Alabama, Florida State. Florida State's president said, "I don't need to boast or anything, but I think we're going to beat the brakes off of Alabama." That was that was a quote, but it wasn't exactly what he said. That's pretty much what he said. What do you think, Eric? Alabama or Florida State?
Beat the brakes? I don't know about any of that. I know it's going to be a tough game for both teams. I don't know if anybody's going to walk away with it like that. I guess that president's just trying to get some confidence,
get some booster help there.
Yep, something like that. Get the fans out, and it's going to be the first sporting event held at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. A $1 billion facility. Definitely one of the more beautiful ones in modern history, and it should be a good game.
Yeah, hopefully it will be. Levi, what do you think about that game? As he does the tomahawk chop. You talking about the Braves? Because they're not doing so hot right now either.
Oh God! Don't even get me started on the Braves.
Let's just not talk about the Braves. We'll skip the Braves. We'll let them. What about Auburn and Clemson? Eric, you first. Auburn and Clemson.
Oh man, what is to be expected of Auburn? Who knows? Clemson coming off that national championship year, but also losing a couple players, especially losing Deshaun Watson, and Auburn coming in with their JUCO transfer quarterback. I saw something the other day, and the last two JUCO transfers at Auburn have taken Auburn to the national championship. You had Cam Newton, the first one, and then the second one, Nate Marshall. Hey, and let's hope Jared Stidham, holds true to that,
tradition.
Tradition, yeah. Yes. Hopefully, but who knows really? Going up to going up to South Carolina and playing there. And so it's going to be definitely a rough game, and hopefully it's a really good game.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully it's a nail-biter.
Yeah, hopefully so. I think it will be. Jarrett Stidham has all the arm talent in the world, and he's got great intangibles as well. It's just he has to put it all together against an SEC team. He started at Baylor, and we all know the Big 12 doesn't play much defense, so he could throw all day. But how he responds to these SEC defenses is what's going to make the difference. He played well against Auburn in the A-Day game, but we'll see how he does against the Alabamas and LSUs of the world. Levi, what's your opinion on that game?
I think it's going to be a rough situation.
In Clemson, Jarrett Stidham's first road start at Auburn, because he plays at home week 1 against Georgia Southern.
Mm-hmm.
That's a backyard football game for him. But he's got to go to Clemson and play against them, and that stadium will be rocking.
It will be, Kyle, and I think it's going to be a struggle for him at the quarterback position, but I also think that this is where we see whether or not he's going to be that player that can take us to the SEC championship, that can make us compete against Bama like we used to. You know what I mean? And maybe we can see something good coming from Jeremy Stidham. Maybe we see something that we haven't seen. Maybe we see Sean White. You know, you never know with the Auburn offense. But hopefully things go good for the Auburn Tigers. You know, the reigning national champions, the Clemson Tigers, will be in their backyard playing football. So it's going to be a tough football game. But, hey, last year they came to our backyard, and we put them up real close in the last few seconds of the game to a nail-biter.
That was a good game. I remember that. But, yeah, think of all the trick plays you can run with Sean White. If you have Sean White and Stidham in at the same time, a lot of trick plays to be ran there. But we're getting ready for the second half. Eric, it was good to hear from you this halftime show. And Aaron Knight getting ready to kick off. And for the first time tonight, we will see number 1 Trent Lane on the football field as he's on kickoff for Randolph County right now. Back deep to receive for the Wadley Bulldogs, number 33, Ryan Fulgham, number 15, Caleb Bennett, and number 20, Caden Messer. The kickoffs are not live, so wherever he catches it, where they're going to get the ball. So right now, Randolph County 6, Wadley 0. Still anybody's game. Somebody has to take control, and it's going to be one of these great athletes. Be it Quay Drake, Andrew Prestridge, Brody Wortham, Connor Fordham. Could be anyone. Here comes the kick from Aaron Knight, and here we go for the second half. Quay Drake will take it. A good kick. It'll take the Bulldogs. He'll catch it about the 10-yard line. Ball will be placed on the 31st and 10 for the Wadley Bulldogs here. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to run here. They started off in the first half, shotgun, 2 drives in a row. Then they went to the wing T, as well as the wishbone. And they're starting off this half in the shotgun. Fordham at quarterback. He has Angel off of his right hip as his running back. 2 receivers to either side. He'll bring Cade Messer in motion, and there is a flag already. Let's see who it is on. Referees facing towards RCHS. RCHS was lined up offsides once again. That's twice in a row that's twice that RCHS has done that tonight. Before the ball was even snapped, they had lined up offsides. And it was on Wadley's first play both times. So 1st and 5, that'll help the Bulldogs out a little bit. Connor getting the play in. He'll be in shotgun formation once again. 2 receivers to either side. JaMichael Angel, the running back, off of his right hip. He'll bring Cade Messer in motion. The snap is over Connor's head. It'll roll to the 15, and Connor dives on it at the 10. You gain 5 yards on a flag on 1st down, and then you get a bad snap, and you lose 25.
And right there it is. It is Elijah Beverly. He's coming out right now with his helmet off. Ken Fordham just waved him off the field and sent number 60 out there to do the center duties. And I think most of the bad snaps are actually coming from Elijah, and he's going to have to step it up. Like we said, he's a seasoned player, and we never really saw that from him last season, any bad snaps anywhere. And so I don't know what's gotten in his head about this football game, and maybe it'll uncloud his vision and he'll see a little better.
He's not used to snapping in the shotgun is one thing, and Chaz Harmon doesn't get the center quarterback exchange right here, and Connor had fumbled it right there on the snap, but he picked it back up. So Wadley went from 1st and 5 on their own 35 to 4th and forever from their own 5. Now they got a punt out of their own end zone. Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's 3rd down. That's twice tonight where, like, we've had a flag for offsides, and they flipped the down on offsides, even though offsides doesn't change the down. But it's 3rd down for Wadley, backed up with their back against the wall at their own 10, actually. But let's see what they do here. 14 seconds on the play clock. They're probably going to run it here, just try to get their back off the wall. Wishbone set, Fordham under center. He'll take the snap, hand it off over the left side to Kobe Nunn, actually. Nunn gets a good gain all the way up to the 28-yard line. That'll get you back off the wall there.
And see, that's what we're talking about. We just need that kickstart, and that was it. That's a great run by the veteran, Kobe Nunn, and maybe we'll see him run the ball and get things started for this Wadley offense and continue to make them run.
Yeah, the senior, no doubt, he is very athletic and very talented, as he does punting duties and kicking duties, and he gets a beauty of a punt off. They'll bounce at the 40 and roll down to the 33-yard line. That's where RCHS will take over 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
And here comes number 12, Brody Wortham, back onto the field after he just took the play from Pat Prestridge. And let's see what they have in store for this Wadley defense.
Yeah, number 1, Trent Lane, in the offense for the first time this game. Didn't play in the first half on offense, and now he's in there. And he is a very talented running back. They'll be in the wishbone. Aaron Knight and Trent Lane, the 2 deep backs. And then your up back, Jay Wright. That's a great backfield, a very talented backfield. And here goes Aaron Knight over the right side. He might take it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. Just nobody touched him.
Wow, what a play by the Randolph County offense. The offensive line exploded, and there was just a hole that you could drive a Mack truck through, and he wasn't touched. He was touched once by number 11. Dalton Brown. He jumped out and grabbed his heel. That was the only time that Aaron Knight was touched the entire time, and he took that for 70 yards for a Randolph County touchdown.
Yeah, that's both of their first drives they've scored on, both times. And they're getting ready to kick here. Brody's getting ready to hold, but he's asking where he's missing one guy, so they bring on a man late. They have a different kicker this time. This time it's not Prestridge. He'll line up to kick. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So now in the third quarter, 6 minutes remaining, and the Randolph County Tigers have taken a 13-0 lead on the Wadley Bulldogs. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
How to watch football on a classic Southern Saturday. Sip of Coke, change the channel, bite of chicken, sip of Coke, change the channel, bite of, oh, did you see that catch? And back to your chicken. The touchdowns are on TV, but you're the one winning with the Jack's 2-piece chicken and biscuit for $3.99. 2 pieces of hand-breaded chicken along with a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit, all for just $3.99. Head on over right now. We'll help you tackle your hunger. You could also win a VIP Iron Bowl experience from Jack's and Coca-Cola, including pre-game sideline passes. We'll even throw in a Jack's gift card big enough for tailgating with 25 of your rowdiest friends. To enter, visit winatjacks.com. Jack's, all about the South. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Tennessee. 19 years or older. Void elsewhere and where prohibited. Promotion ends 10/3/17. For rules, prizes, odds, and complete details, visit www.winatjacks.com. Sponsor of the Coca-Cola Company.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
Here's the kickoff from Prestridge, and it's fielded by Wadley at their own 34-yard line by Carry-On Birdsong. That's where they'll start 1st and 10. Wadley has to make something happen on offense. They have to make a comeback here and try to get back in this game. 13-0 for Randolph County right now. One play, one score in the second half for the Tigers. Wadley had a few plays, one good one and a really bad one.
And if I'm looking down here on the sideline correctly, number 8, Ontario Hester for the Randolph County Tigers is already getting treated for cramps. You can see the manager standing there with the pickle juice in his hand, and Ontario on the ground and being massaged out by the trainer. Excuse me, lost my word.
That's all right. I got you. But Wadley on first down, hands it off over the right side to Caden Messer. He'll pick up 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 6. So Wadley had the shotgun in the last drive, but it seems they can't really get the snap well from the center to the quarterback in the shotgun. So instead they revert to the wishbone formation, but here comes Connor in the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side. He'll bring Quay Drake in motion. Connor takes a snap, looking for Quay. Gets his check down to Angel, and Angel drops it.
And that's just another example of what number 22, Jamichael Angel, needs to do is make catches like that and get this offense started. And it was 3rd down, and now it's 4th. And
well, that was 2nd. This is 3rd.
Well, now it's 3rd down, and it's still 6 to go. And let's just see what's going to have to happen for the Wadley Bulldogs.
But a good play there by Fordham because Quay was his hot receiver. That's his first look. And then Carry On was his second look. He hit the check down. So, he went through all of his reads. He progressed through all of his reads and finally got to the running back. And on 3rd down, Connor, a bad snap, but he's going to throw it for a completion to Jonathan Poole at the line of scrimmage. Let's run that down slower for you. The snap was over Connor Fordham's head, and it bounced off the ground and bounced up into his hands. And he rolled out to the right side, and Trent Lane was coming quick from his outside linebacker position, was about to lay him out. And he laid it up there for Jonathan Poole, and he made the grab for no gain. And now it's 4th and long, and the Bulldogs are in the wishbone set looking to go for it. They'll take the snap, and they'll hand it off up the middle to Jamichael Angel. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Randolph County will get the ball. 1st and 10.
It just looks like a repeat of what happened in the spring game, because right now it's 13-0, and Wadley has been able to do anything successful on offense. Of course, they've gotten past the 50-yard line only a handful of times when they've touched the ball, but the game clock time on offense has been controlled by the Randolph County Tigers, and we're going to have to see a change of that in the season. And, this is Class 3A, Class 1A difference, but Wadley is a great football team, and they should be putting up a better fight than this. And I feel like if we saw this a little more into the season, this would be a much different ball game.
Yeah, I feel like the shotgun would work very well because Connor's doing a great job going through his reads, and he's throwing pretty good passes. But the problem is they have to get the snap to him. And on 1st down, the handoff over the right side to number 9, Dante Davenport. Dante gets jumped on by Quay Drake, and they come up. Dante's jawing at Quay. Quay tries to give him a high five there, and Dante's not having it. But he'll gain 6 yards on the play, bring up 2nd and short. Good play from Quay there, but as we talked about earlier, on running plays, instead of the lineman making the tackles, it's the secondary. And if you get people into the secondary, that means you're not doing so hot on defense. If the running back can get into your secondary every time, if they make it to that second level, that's not good for you. Brody under center, wishbone set, Davenport and Lane, the 2 running backs. There's a fumble on the snap. That's the first one for Randolph County. They couldn't get the exchange from the center to Brody, but Brody says it's all right, that happens. And he's picking up his teammates like a good leader would do. And 3rd and 4 now for Brody and the RCHS offense. Let's see what they do here. Coach Prestridge bringing his team over to talk about it. They're going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Are you ready for Southern Union State Community College? You're gonna find the unexpected.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500. Football season is here, and Big Boys is ready to take all your area high school football orders for banners, T-shirts, and yard signs. At Big Boys in downtown Roanoke, next to the old theater, you can find drones with cameras, Traxxas remote control vehicles, motocross riding gear, and motorcycle helmets. Big Boys also has a huge indoor batting cage. Go by or call Big Boys at 334-863-6427. That's Big Boys in Roanoke, 334-863-6427.
You know, some of us were just born with dull or discolored teeth, but they don't have to stay that way. In just about an hour, Dr. Michael Edwards can give you that $1 million bright white smile you've always wanted. That's all the time it takes in his office, or you may elect to do it at home. Dr. Edwards also offers a convenient 3-week at-home whitening program. Both are completely safe and approved by the American Dental Association and the FDA. Don't let dull or discolored teeth keep you from smiling. Call Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
Tigers switching it up here on third down. In at quarterback, Andrew Prestridge in the wing, in the wishbone set. They'll fumble the snap to Prestridge. Not sure if he picked it back up or not. I think he did, though. It'll be fourth down for the Randolph County Tigers. And, you know, Eric talked about it at halftime. He said, Randolph County will get off. They'll start hot. They'll be clicking. And then all of a sudden, it stalls out. This drive started off very well for Randolph County. And then, once again, it stalled out. But I think they're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Well, I'm looking at Brody Wortham right here on the sideline, and he was pointing at the inside of his throwing hand between his thumb and his index finger, that U that it makes. And I wonder if he jammed up his finger on that one snap.
Hopefully not. Wing T set for the Randolph County Tigers. They'll take the snap, and they'll toss it over to the left side to Trent Lane. Trent Lane's got to get by Quay Drake. He does. He's to the 20, 15, 10, runs through a man. Touchdown, Tigers. Trent Lane just ran over Jonathan Poole on his way to the end zone for a Randolph County Tiger touchdown.
And
that's his first carry of the game.
That's his first carry of the game, and look where it goes, 6. And that just tells you how much of an athlete that kid is. We saw that in Piedmont, and we're going to see that again the next time we have him at Ohatchee.
Yeah, we're going to see that all year long. I mean, Trent is a very talented player, and I remember listening to a broadcast of Billy Lane and Mike Fisher calling Randolph County when this kid was a 7th grader, and they were like, this kid's going to be special. He was talented then, and he's still talented now. He's a great football player, and he's progressing even more. And his first touch of the ball game goes for a touchdown. And now Jordan Hurd on to kick the PAT. The snap was a little bit high, but Brody went up there and got it, brought it down, and the kick is no good. So with 10 minutes left in the third quarter, your score, the Randolph County Tigers 19, the Wadley Bulldogs 0. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Huddleston Equipment Sales and Service of Wedowee is proud to be a sponsor for the area high school football games. There you can find a wide variety of new and used farm equipment. Huddleston Equipment Sales and Service will help you with financing on the spot. They are located just north of Wedowee on Highway 431. Go by or call Huddleston Equipment Sales and Service at 256-363-1132. That's 256-363-1132.
It's a fact. When you need medical care quickly, you want a professional there to attend to you or your loved one. That's why you need emergency medical transport, or EMT for short. There's staff of highly trained technicians and paramedics get medical help to you quickly and safely during those important first few minutes of an episode. And getting you to the hospital is only part of the process. Efficient, accurate medical assistance while you're getting there is all important too. That's why when you need medical help quickly, you can rely on emergency medical transport, Roanoke, Randolph County, and surrounding areas.
It's fall, and the ever-changing weather can make it hard to keep your home comfortable. Don't sweat it. Talk to the specialists at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning for help. Right now, they're offering up to a $1,600 rebate on a qualifying new Linux system that can give you the control you need and the comfort you want. Call Bain Heating and Air Conditioning today at 1-800-894-3353. Alabama license number 12072.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell Companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 1023. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke, LaGrange.
1st and 10 for the Wadley Bulldogs on their own 30. They're in the wishbone set. Connor Fordham will take the snap, hand it off over the right side to number 20, Caden Messer. Messer will get a pickup of 2 on the play, make it 2nd and 8 for the Wadley Bulldogs. Randolph County has just been overwhelming tonight on offense and defense, and they've played well on both sides of the ball. Of course, they've had their struggles. It's a scrimmage game. It's a jamboree, and you're going to struggle here and there, but you can see the talent that this Randolph County team has. Wishbone set once again. Bennett and Messer, the deep backs in the backfield. Angel, the fullback. Connor Fordham, the quarterback, and there's a flag. It's flag on the play before the snap. As we get the call, I'm going to revert what I said to you, Levi. You can see the talent on this RCHS team. And you see how talented they are. And I've said it since spring. I think these guys can go all the way. They have the talent to do it. And they definitely have the coaching to do it.
I feel like as long as everybody, like we talked about, it's a brotherhood. It's a thing where you don't point fingers at people. It's a thing where you take the blame for somebody else, you do your job, and you do somebody else's job, or you make sure that somebody else does their job. It's a teammate kind of thing. All 11 players should be leaders. Nobody should have any type of leeway over anybody. It's kind of, that's just how it's got to work for them, this team to be successful. They have the talent and the coaching staff to go all the way. It's just whether or not they can put it together.
It's not me football, it's we football.
Correct.
It's about what we can do as a team. And right now, they're doing pretty well. They've got it clicking on offense. Here and there, they've had a few problems and stalled out a few drives, but defenses look great as well. Wadley on 3rd and 3 here. After a second down, they handed it off to Bennett up the middle, and he got a good pickup. Connor takes a snap. He's looking, play action pass to Quay Drake, and Quay has got it. 1st down, Wadley Bulldogs. Play action pass. Quay just running a little corner route there, 10-yard corner route, and Connor hit him in stride.
And that is actually his first catch of the night. He's been thrown to, I think, twice before, but that is his first.
Thrown to twice, yeah.
But this is only his first catch of the night, and we're just seeing like a basic run set out of the wishbone from the Wadley Bulldogs and Ken Fordham right now. So they're not showing anything special right now. We'll see that later on in the season.
Yeah, they'll take the snap, hand it off to Bennett. He'll get a gain of 3 on the play, bring up 2nd and 7. And yeah, there's so many things that these coaches are probably keeping in their pockets, because you know the guys you play week 1 are going to watch film. And you don't want to show your cards. You don't want to show what you got in your hand. You want to keep a poker face. And right now, I don't think they're going to show everything they've got. Wishbone set, fumble on the snap. Connor Fordham dives on it, make it 3rd and 7 for the Wadley Bulldogs. Just had too many problems between the center and quarterback today to be very successful on offense. They've had great drives, but it usually ends up with a bad snap. That's something you've got to fix heading into the season. The lineup in the wishbone on 3rd and long here. Got a Wadley player tying his shoe. They're going to reset the play clock. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Wadley Bulldogs. Lining up on the RCHS 44-yard line. Wishbone set. Connor takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking long. And he'll throw it to Quay over the middle, and it falls incomplete. There's a flag on the play. That pass just came up short for Quay on that one, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see what it is. Figure it'll be against the offense here. It's going to be a holding call on the offense, I do believe. Let's see. Nope, they're going to call it against the defense. Offsides on the defense. So that was a free play for Wadley there. They'll get 5 yards. 3rd and short now for Wadley.
And if I'm not mistaken, that is the only penalty that has been called against the Randolph County Tigers is offside. So they're going to have to become more disciplined in seeing where the ball is and where they need to line up.
Play action pass. Connor Fordham has got number 2, Jonathan Poole. He's headed down the sideline, and he is he in the end zone? Touchdown, Bulldogs. Connor Fordham hits Jonathan Poole out of the backfield for a Wadley Bulldog touchdown, and they get in the end zone. Great read right there by Connor Fordham. Wishbone set, play action pass. It's worked. It's worked pretty well tonight. And Jonathan Poole went across the middle, and he got into the end zone.
That was a great offensive play and kind of caught the Randolph County Tigers because they've been going strong side pass, weak side pass, touchdown.
And they'll go for the kick. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Wadley Bulldogs have struck here with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Randolph County 19, Wadley 7. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Any football coach can tell you that it takes a great game plan to succeed. Knowing what you want to do and how to do it, blended with the talents on your team, creates a winning combination. The same holds true in your financial life. And at First State Bank, we have accounts, loans, and financial services to tailor to your unique needs and goals. Backed by experienced and professional bankers, exceptional service, and prompt responses. First State Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender in Lineville, Wadley, and Ashland.
Here's a word from H&M Drug in Wadley. If you're tired of waiting in line at the so-called discount pharmacy, step up to real service. Come to H&M Drug in Wadley. You're invited to save time. Call in your prescription and use our drive-in window. Major credit cards are accepted, and we honor most insurance plans. H&M Drug in Wadley, the cure for the common drugstore. Open 8:30 to 6:30 Monday through Friday and 8:30 to 12 on Saturday.
Are you ready for Southern Union State Community College? You're gonna find the unexpected. The future is yours like you suspected. Your education's here and now. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is your life's proving ground. Are you ready for Southern Union State Community College?
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR 102.3 FM, Roanoke LaGrange.
Welcome back to Ron Waters Field. And at the end of the third quarter, RCHS up 19-7. But we're not going to play a fourth quarter. They're going to call it after the third. And Randolph County will win 19-7. Yeah, they're going to call it Levi was telling me here, they're going to call it after the third quarter because the JV will play after this game, and they don't want them getting home too late on it is a Friday night, but they don't want them getting home too late. They don't want the JV game to run late. So we're going to call it after 3, and your final score, the Randolph County Tigers 19, Wadley 7. And right now we're going to talk about Regional Medical Center Player of the Game. We're going to have a picture of them at the Regional Medical Center. We're going to get a few different views here. First, we're going to throw it to Eric. Eric, who do you think gets Player of the Game?
Hey, Kyle, obviously it's got to be somebody on RCHS, the winners. But I feel like we didn't really have anybody who stood out. You know, it was more of a team effort and different sides of the ball. But I guess Andrew Prestridge, made that big catch at the beginning of the game to set up a touchdown. So he's going to get my vote.
So Andrew Prestridge is the vote from Eric. Levi, to you.
Well, I'm not trying to go against you, Eric, because I do agree Andrew Prestridge does deserve the player of the game, but I see somebody with 2 touchdowns in this game and a lot of great breakout runs and carrying the rock for them most of the game, and that is number 24, Aaron Knight. But I'm going to have to go with Eric on this one and say that on the defensive side, Andrew put up as strong as his offensive presence, and he did have that great catch to start that drive in the first of the game. So my vote gets Andrew Prestridge as well.
All right, so that solves it. Andrew Prestridge will be player of the game. Eric will get a picture of him, and we'll put that up at the Regional Medical Center. And that'll do it for us here at WELR. It's been our pleasure to bring you this game. It's Kyle Richardson on play-by-play. Levi Arrington doing color commentary. Eric Velasquez on the sideline. Ethan Barber running all the ins and outs that you guys don't see, but are very much appreciated by our team. And Kenneth back at the station. We really appreciate Kenneth and Britt helping us tonight. That'll be it for WELR tonight. Next week, we will be at LaGrange College for Hanley versus Callaway next Friday night on WELR Eagle 102.3.
We'll be at Wadley, too. We'll be at Wadley Thursday.
Oh, yeah, and next Thursday, thanks, Levi. Next Thursday, Wadley is playing Horseshoe Bend. We'll have that game on WELR as well. So Wadley, Horseshoe Bend Thursday, and then Friday, Callaway Hanley. So make sure to tune in to WELR next week. We'll be all over the place calling ball games. It's been our pleasure to bring this game to you. Wish you all a good night. God bless.
It's a fact. When you need medical care quickly, you want a professional there to attend to you or your loved one. That's why you need Emergency Medical Transport, or EMT for short. Their staff of highly trained technicians and paramedics get medical help to you quickly and safely during those important first few minutes of an episode. And getting you to the hospital